Rightio, apparently I am live. Welcome to my very, very impromptu live feed. I have had absolutely horrendous internet for the last month. And I figured, well, what the hell, I got some good speed test results, so I thought I'd come out here and have a chat for a little while, I guess. So, nothing much has been going on, as you've seen from the video I released today. We have just been sort of processing cells and testing and building and backwards and forwards a lot. Kind of enjoying not filming so much. Had lots of family problems in the last month, so they're all dealt with now, which is really good moving forward. Everyone's happy again. Took some work. So anyway, who have we got in the room? Is anybody even here yet? I haven't even opened the chat. Oh, there we go. First, Win B. I don't know how you do it, brother. Azza, is cell 5 dead yet? No, cell 5 is still going. Audio is low. Low audio. Is that a little bit better? That should be a little bit better. Only 4G internet on Maclay Island. Yeah, I looked at Maclay Island and I thought to myself, because you sent me the address and stuff. Well, where you were, and I googled it, and there's nothing for the kids to do out there. It doesn't look like there's very many like playgrounds or beaches or anything like that. So I didn't pursue it any further yet. Oi, oi, bloody oi. Yeah. Or something like that. Sorry, had to do the Coke thing. Is the volume any better now? Didn't see family murder on the news, so I guess it's all good. Well said, Island Times. Pete wants to get buried with cell 5. Cell 5 is still going, eh? Cell 5 has had, I mean, apart from being stupid low capacity, and I haven't had a chance to test it yet because, let's face it, the antimatter blew up, and that died. And then this place is a real big shithole, I promise you. I've got stuff everywhere. And then of course I got that from Banggood to test, and that blew up. If anybody has one of them and can tell me what the MOSFETs are inside of that to replace them, let me know, because that's all that needs to be fixed. And then I got this the other day from Banggood because they felt bad. So they sent me an iCharger X6, which is sitting just there. So it's actually discharging my trolling motor battery testing. But I will actually test that for amp hours once that happens. But there is... That cell there was a dead short, as you can see from the goopy stuff on it. And in 2 weeks, that one cell would take that battery down to 0 volts without blowing the fuse, which is kind of troubling. But we live and learn. So cell 5 is still teaching me stuff. Did the bourbon in that Coke? No, I'm not a bourbon drinker. Can you just imagine with my personality and adding alcohol? That just makes shit messy. Plenty of sharks to play with. Vanilla Coke for me. Nah, I never got into vanilla Coke. I drink a lot of Coke. I stopped. You'll be proud of me. I practically stopped drinking Coke. I went, like, in the last 2 months, I went down to like 2 litres a week. And that's practically stopping, considering I drink about 2 litres a day usually. Just bought another 48 10 amp hour to play with, as eBay has 10% off at the moment. Yeah, they go in and out with the 10% off thing. It must be the end of the month. One up the sleeve customs. Welcome, Brad from Tassie. Can you still not hear me? You should be able to hear me. If I turn it up anymore, it'll start clipping. Microphone 1, 1, 1. I wonder. No, it's not using that microphone. No, it must be using the microphone from the camera. Vanilla Coke is now sugar-free. That doesn't make it taste any better. Hey, radio check. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? I'll type it. Can you hear me? Question mark. And I shall grab a drink of Coke while I'm waiting. Just shot louder for Tassie. Shout louder for Tassie. Oh, volume is perfect. Okay, so it's not me, it's them. There we go. Colin Hickey, hey buddy. I think I just pinned your post on DIY Powerwall's Facebook group. Is that right? I think I did. I can't remember. I just passed 36,666 subs. See that? Look at that transition. 36,668. Now that's a milestone in itself, because at 666 subscribers is when Jehu first said my name on his channel. So that's kind of cool. That's 36,000 new subscribers since Jehu helped me get where I was. We fight, but I still love the guy. No, shucks. Rightio, I'm live now. I should share it on the Facebooks, shouldn't I? Live feed dashboard. Where's the little chatty thing? All of you should go over to Facebook and share it, because that way YouTube, Facebook doesn't limit my posts, because they limit my posts so much now, because every time I do a post they say, do you want to pay to have that boosted? Actually, no, I don't want to pay again. Well, I don't want to pay at all. Rightio. Jesus, I digress. Right, back to the chat. Good timing, just sitting down with my morning coffee in Atlanta. Monday is Labor Day here. Father's Day here tomorrow, so I won't be on here tomorrow. All the times so no sugar for me, as I have reactive hypoglycemia. Well, that'd be a good thing not to have sugar. Colin, if you can reach out to me and let me know whether you get very many extra clicks from it, or whether it's even calculable how many more clicks you get from it. Again, this goes to the reach thing. I think that me pitting stuff and doing stuff on Facebook just gets squashed down so much, because Facebook wants to charge me for everything that I do. It's sometimes better if other people put posts up and then I do things with it. Hi Peter, a big hug here from Brazil. I'm from Photovoltaic Energy Channel. Welcome, sir. Have you and Jehu kissed and made up, Peter? Pete's better. No, we haven't kissed and made up, but we still talk. Jehu is a good guy. Jehu is also making a living from this, and I stopped him from making a living on my thing that I built. So there's always going to be that animosity there. That's never going away. But look, if Jehu needs a hand, I'll help him. If he can help me, I'd appreciate it. You know, it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of fish in the ocean, so to speak. No, honestly, me and Jehu have had a lot of chats and a lot of talks on how we can work together. But can someone please tell me to put my other screen back up? There we go. Someone should have said that I've got no screen. I keep looking at the camera and my screen's over here and I didn't realise. No, Jehu and I have really talked out a lot and worked out a lot of things. And if we can work together, we will. And if we can't, we can't. And there's no more to it than that. Off-grid demo, listening from the car on a tour for more cells. Boyson in the group. Welcome Off-Grid Denmark. Thank you for joining us. Tech for you. What's up, everyone? Hey, buddy. I was reading some of your posts on the forum just before I come out here. All the times. Yeah, Jehu's. I'm Jehu's moderator, not on Facebook. but I did post it on the Facebook page. I'm Jehu's. Yeah, I think I was Jehu's moderator. I'm not anymore. Thanks for your post. And a few weeks back, I think that did help the monitoring my inverter one. Oh, that's good. That's always good to hear. No, I don't like Jehu at all. Oh, look, there's people that don't like me, so it's all good. You don't, it's just one of those things. Friends come and go. Like I'm forever grateful for everything that he did. I'm forever grateful. That is never going to change, and I don't care what happens between us. I'm still a Jehu fanboy. How do 1214 here in the Isle of Man, UK? Oh, what a horrible place to live. You don't need any battery salvage there. You just go for a drive along that iconic track. Nothing till Monday, boo. Matt, any advice for building UPS? No, I haven't done a UPS yet. Average Joe is the king of UPSs, I think, within our community. He's done an awful lot of stuff with that. Average Joe on YouTube. I thought I had his shirt on, but I don't have his shirt on at the moment. I'm Brazilian. Excellent. Welcome. Mexican Aussie barrier needs explaining sometimes. Poor sad Jehu. He's all right. He is all right. We like your face. That is appreciated. Pete, the giveaway was great. I sent him more than was originally stated. He will be getting them today, 40 cell holders. Good little start for him. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I still don't find giveaways work too well, Tech, for you. And that just reminds me now I remember who you are. Sorry. Jehu videos got its own quality. Jehu's videos are next level. The man has skills with editing. Now my internet is dropping out. Damn NVN. I'm Jehu's YouTube moderator. There you go. Battery one. How much, bro? What do you mean battery one? Remix official. What's the story with getting with not getting a 20-foot container? No money. There's no rules. It's just life. Okay, so what happened with the money thing is basically I put so much effort into YouTube in the last 2 years that I actually let my core business start to drop and drop and drop and drop. And I think last Christmas I stopped a little bit of YouTubing and started doing the working again, and I sort of ebbed and flowed too much. And it wasn't that I wasn't getting the work. I wasn't pushing that work and trying to milk every cent from it. So I wasn't doing my job, I guess you'd say. I was just fixing what they asked me to fix, and I dropped the ball a few times because I was too interested in YouTube. So it's basically, I run out of money. It's nothing stressful. I mean, it's not like we're going without. It's just in the toilet. So in the last couple of months, I've just turned that around. I've concentrated on making the core business has to be computer repairs and mining rig repairs and gaming console repairs, and moving forward again. So it's all good now, but it's going to be a couple more months before I'm really back onto it again. And the shipping container is the last thing I need to spend money on right now. Off-grid Aussie Prepper, I hope that answers that question. Matt, awesome. I'll try Average Joe. Yes, definitely try Average Joe. He does some great videos and produces some really good content as well. And if you look on my homepage on YouTube, the link's down the side there. Where in Australia am I? I'm in Forest Lake in Brisbane, on the south side of Brisbane. Forest Lake, just beside the lake, pretty much. I can't find a video of his to hate. Oh, there's a few that I don't like, There's definitely a few of Jehu's I don't like, but none of them I hate. None. Are your packs 12 volt or 24 volt? They're 48 volt, so there are 14S packs. I ordered some custom cell racks from the local metalworks based on your design. Oh, awesome, Mark. I'll be sending you the native files for the design when I'm ready on the 16th of September. That would be good. We can share them on the forum if you're okay with that, because a lot of people would actually like that. And I think that would save the community some money as well. Island Times Average Joe, yes. Looks like the 4G tower just reset. Slippery Sebastian, love your vids. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. I don't put as much effort into a lot of people do, but I do like what I do. Hi, Peter. I'm using using those chargers. What current do you recommend capacity testing recycles 15? I think the industry community standard is 1,000 milliamps, because that closest, like it stresses the cell a little bit and warm it up, but doesn't put too much stress on it. So I've always used 1,000. I've never used anything else. I don't think those chargers actually go 1,000. Did I think they're 500 milliamp hours, or they get hot at 1,000 milliamp hours? You're going to upgrade to Watchmon 4 would be a good idea right now. Wim, I've already got a Watchmon 4. Thanks, Aussie Bit. You did it. Thanks. Awesome. Average Joe rocks. I'm Southside too. Island Times. You're not south. You're on an island. You're not Southside, are you, dude? Bowen. Love Bowen mangoes. I know everybody will probably say that to you, but I used to live in Weeper, and we used to have this massive Bowen mango tree. It was like this enormous thing, and it was the best thing ever. Sorry, I digress. Matt, awesome. I'm in Brisbane too. Advice on getting some decent 18650s here? Yes, leave them for me. No, seriously, it's getting really hard to get cells. All the suppliers are being just milked for everyone they've got, and anybody selling them is trying to up the prices too much. I've probably got about 2,000 left, and then I'm out of unprocessed cells. But I'm on the hunt big time. I'm spending hours each day looking for more cells because I really need some as well. But think out of the box. Don't bother with the recyclers. Don't bother with computer shops and all that sort of stuff. Those locations are milked out. See if you can get a hold of hospitals, private schools. Private schools have been really profitable for me. Profitable, I say, getting cells. Private schools have been really good. And even public schools, if you can talk to the right people, they have been awesome. I even had one private school give me 200 laptops to go with the batteries, and I basically took all the batteries out and then gave away all the laptops to a community group because I just didn't need them. Joshua Hunton, hi Peter, hi buddy, and welcome. I was talking about Joe's videos, Pete. There we go. Where has the big wall gone? Joshua, the big wall is in my battery and power shed down beside my house. Retrying to hate his videos. Brian, hey, welcome from another Tasmanian. One of my moderators, Brad, is from Tasmania as well. Russell Island. That's what I was thinking about the other day when you told me, dude. I thought you lived on Russell Island. Halfway between Surfers and Brisbane. There we go. I love the mangoes too. Mangoes are good. I love mangoes. I think I've had to... Rowan, if you hadn't had so many drinks, you could have been here and we could have done a live feed together, buddy. Or at least I could have been using your spot welder. My community spot welder. Did anybody see my community spot welder idea? I thought that was a genius idea. But I tell you what, that flopped like nothing I've ever done. And I actually said that I would show the community spot welder money that I get, so to speak. So let's do that now, so I can be completely open and honest, and the community spot welder is there. And if I go the last 3 months, I can do that and then click there and go transition. And then you can see the community spot welder up here. So I can choose all of my campaigns or whatever else. So if I go to say MPP Solar, which I know is nothing, you can see how many clicks that I get, and you can see that I've made no money from MPP Solar. And then if you go to Community Spot Welder, you can see that I made $2.12 in one day, and then 43 cents the next day, and then it's had practically no clicks or money from there. So it's $2.55 for a community spot welder so far. I really thought that was a good idea. I did put it out to some of the other moderators and stuff before I did it, and they all said it's going to be hard to manage, but I don't think it's going to be hard to manage because Rowan has helped me out with his spot welder, and it has been really helpful, really helpful. So I still want to do that. I still want to do that idea. I'm going to have to work out a better way of getting it out there, or just change all of my affiliate links to the community spot welder one. But again, I still need to pay my bills, and that does help pay my bills. Where are we up to? Wait, holy shitballs. I've had too many drinks, yes, we just covered that. See, you have been busy filming, and a total of 4 upgrader packs. I haven't been filming. I have been doing everything I can to not film as much as possible in the last 2 months. But I haven't got 4 packs. There's only 3 and 3/4 packs. This one is a fake. This one is half empty. There you go. There's full disclosure for you. But this one's almost done, so that would make almost 4, I guess. I have stripped down nearly all of my cells, and I took out a whole bunch of Sanyos, like the 2500 milliamp hours sort of ish average, that all go down here in the recycling bin because I'm not using any more Sanyos in my Powerwall. Actually, I think a lot of those were from the same batch those cells are, so some of those cells are going to be 2500 milliamp hours. Telling 18650 secrets. Yeah, I know, Brad. Oh, there we go. One up the Sleep Customs. Brian lived down the road a few towns from me. Oh, there we go. One for Steve-O. Hey, from Sydney, welcome. He sold me a heap of cells, and oh, he's a bloody top bloke, isn't he? There's only 12 people on our island. There's only 12 people doing Powerwalls, or only 12 people? Oh yeah, Brad is my cousin. Oh, there you go. I see all your vids. Sounds like bliss when it sleeves cast. I wasn't into community spot welder idea because of the shipping. The plan was not to actually ship it. I think about 10 people so far have reached out to me in Brisbane alone for the community spot welder idea. So my idea was, it wasn't to ship it around, it was basically to just use it within a small community. And in my head, if it took off and everyone started using that affiliate link, now I don't know the terms and all the rules and stuff, but if they saved the affiliate link or whatever and just clicked on it every time they bought anything, I would still get the commission from that. And then we could buy like multiple spot welders for different areas. I mean, we could literally have one in America, one in Australia, one hell, I mean, if it went well enough, we could have 10 in Australia. But that's how it worked in my head. Without Rowan, I wouldn't have done this video for the, you know, I would have never used a spot welder, and I still would have been in the thinking that soldering, well, I'm still in the thinking that soldering is okay. But spot welding has to be better. There's no way around that. It's just got to be better. So, and I'm lucky enough to have that spot welder back tomorrow, so I can actually build out one of these packs and test it. Test the theory, I guess. Yeah, so went up to see, it wasn't community price. I'm going to solder a couple of Jehu's boards tomorrow. I'm still not keen on that idea. I think they're quite expensive for what they are. They're great for small projects, but not good. They're not a Powerwall idea. They're a power bank idea for sure. I hate people. Very smart cookie, and wish he made it YouTube vids. I think you're having a private little conversation there without me. Good to see you back, mate. I am definitely back. Looks a bit like Donald Trump now. Who looks like Donald Trump? Me? I don't look. We've got the Donald Trump thing happening, have I? You're a fake Instagram. What are you talking about, Brad? How many packs of 24 volt and parallel you're running? I haven't got any 24. They're all 48 volt. I guess that's 24 volt, but it's hooked up to that in series. Yeah, and then parallel. I've got four. I got four in parallel. I keep getting the two mixed up, but I've got 4,480 cells in use, plus all of these and the ones on that bench back there, and everything underneath that bench there is just, there's a couple of thousand cells under there as well. But under the bench they're not processed, or actually no, there's heaps down there that is processed. I've got a blue box down here. If anybody ever wonders how I get blue on the outside of all my cells, I simply relentlessly collect as many blue cells as I can and then stockpile them, and then spend hours cleaning all the goop off thousands of cells. So that's how I get so many blue cells, and that's really heavy. That'll do my back wonders tomorrow. Rightio. 3820's don't need a spot welder. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to, you can't get your shit right, Pete, with parallel and series. Sorry, I had to approve that comment. No! And as soon as I approved the comment, I lost where I was up to. There we go. Don't need a spot welder. Talking about a spot welder and 38. Rowan, are you still in the room? And can I grab those other cells off you? I might need them for a scooter build that I haven't even started yet. I only prep a 100-mile radius. Everyone else is a zombie. Can you recommend a small test project before attempting a Powerwall? Yeah, you can do the power generator boxes. I think Jehu did one of them as well. Why is this turning into the Jehu show? You could do a trolling motor. You could do an e-bike battery motor. There's lots of things you could do. Heck, you could power some lights with 18650s. Oh, that's very bright. I'll turn that off. You could do like a e-bike battery motor, e-bike battery thing. There's lots of projects you could do. Light bulbs, or even your router in your house. Anything 12 volt. Many different things you can do, I reckon. Rightio. Clicking away. Off-grid prepper, that's right. I remember now. I am the only prepper. Read that. Go Trump, go Trump, go Trump. I have no idea what the Trump is relating to. Jaron, when your cells are larger than 4 deep, is is it still a Powerwall? That's a very deep question, Jaron. It's only a Powerwall when you put a Batrium on it, Jaron. You got, wait a minute. There we go. Now I'm a Powerwall. 1860 fake packs, that would be Rowan. Not good for big build scene. They keep the masses happy. Yes, I agree. You can't get your shit right, Pete, with parallel series. I never can on time because of cost. I was wondering. It's scalability. How long time these recycled packs last? How often do you need to replace them or repack them? That's a very valid question. I'll just call you Mr. Manuel. I have had cells in service for 2.5-ish years. I have replaced, now replacement packs, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've replaced 6 packs. So they're my replacement packs. But I only replaced them, I don't know if you can see that, because I put horrible cells in them. But like they're almost all under 2,000 milliamp hours. So back when I was just a little YouTuber, right? And I had nothing better to do with my time than try and make videos and make myself look awesome on camera. I just cranked out the packs as quick as I could, and in hindsight, I knew I was putting these ones in there, but I always meant to take them out, but I always forgot. So these I put in, but these still work fine. They're still perfectly usable packs. They just die a lot faster, and as a result, pull the rest of my my packs down. Watchmon 6 would fix that though in a hurry, I reckon. Hell, I think Watchmon 6 would fix this pack and make it usable again. Demonetized. Don't say that word. That is bad enough. Yeah, so I hope that, Mr. Manuel, I hope that answers that question. That Jaron, it's when it turns a power rack like mine. Well said. Any luck spot welding fuses to a copper bus bar? No, I haven't been able to do that, mate. I have tried and tried and tried. Have you considered Frank's spot welder? Yes, I have. I have been linked to so many spot welders in the last 2 weeks, and I actually copped some flack for not doing a DIY spot welder. But you know what? An out-of-the-box spot welder works when you're carrying it around from person to person. All the electronics are inside of a box. It's very safe, and you don't need a battery pack or anything to run it. You can just plug it into the wall and away you go. So I do like the K-Weld one, and I think Keith in America might be doing something with them, so I might be able to buy one in the future. I think it'd be better to take some donations for the spot welder. Some people don't always buy on Amazon, so maybe better. It doesn't hurt to try. I don't like donations as much. I used to get heaps and heaps and heaps of donations to do my YouTube stuff, and every single time I felt like I wasn't giving them enough value. It felt like I wasn't appreciating them enough, or saying thank you enough, or giving enough in return. So I really don't enjoy the donations because I don't know how to, I guess you'd say, be grateful, even though I am extremely grateful and have been extremely grateful. So I don't like the, I was hoping the affiliate code thing, it didn't cost any money out of anybody's pocket. And, you know, that's where my thinking was. Nobody's out of pocket except for YouTube, or the person selling it with the fees, and they have to pay the fees anyway. So, yeah. At Peter Matthews, it's between my brother and you for the 26 650s. Oh yeah, well if your brother needs them, man, just let him have it. It's all good. Mr. Hutton, I remember off Facebook group I did the live streams. I probably do. I watch a lot of them, dude, but man, I don't remember names. There's so many names that have helped me. and I feel bad when I realise, oh shit, you're that person. So I probably did see it, I probably don't remember. But if you're ever doing any, what do you call it? If you ever got any YouTube videos and you put them on DIY Powerwalls on Facebook, give me a message and I'll pin it up the top so you try and get some more traffic. Because this is about building a community, not just about pandering to my needs. So I'm trying to change the focus from, hey, Pete's released a video, I'm going to pin it, to somebody else has released a video. Let's try and get other people out there. Because I think that's what the community is about. I think it's community based. So that's where I'm trying to head. We've got to include solar in this conversation. There we go, we just did. First time ever to see the live feed in real time. Jaron, you're a busy man. I would expect that you never get much time to watch videos. I'm just watching Average Joe's fuse test series, and I'm wondering if you've changed anything after that. Average Joe fusing, that was a while ago, I think, from memory. I've never done Average Joe style fusing. I do have the glass fuses here, but never used them. I always use like, what is it, 28 gauge nickel plated copper wire on Amazon for that. Love those big packs in the background. I love them too. I really, Carlo, I really should have done something with them a lot sooner. It really is turning out to be the industry, I say industry standard. What I really mean is community standard for building packs. They seem to stay a lot better balanced than my smaller packs. Hence the reason I am going the larger ones. And this will just be a test whether it's actually going to hold up or not. So I've put 5 extra screws in it so far because that's all I could find. Brett, the Arduino spot welder would be great to share between those who need it posted. I agree, and it's a little bit cheaper too, which would also help. New panels on the market. There's new panels on the market. I just got 6 275 watt panels off the boss with a new wafer cell design. Just 12 bus bars instead of the usual 4, supposed to carry more current faster. We'll be testing this. That's pretty cool. All of my panels, on here I've got like, shit, I don't even know. There's 8 on the main house and 15 up here, I think, and they're all really old 190 watt panels. And they're like 5 amps each, and I'm lucky to get 2 out of them on a perfect day out of each panel. But I don't really care because I paid like 20 bucks each for the panels. So it's, and a bit of recycling, and they still work for what I need it for. Would it be good to replace it with some real panels? Absolutely. I'll be testing them first thing as I'm hooking them up tonight. Well, that'll be interesting actually. I'd love to see the results on that, man. Be grateful by making videos. That's why we're all here. Well said, Tech for you. And many others have said the same thing, but that doesn't change the way I feel. My old man brought me up to work for what you have, and that's what I've tried to do. Powerwracker is a great name for large capacity systems. Absolutely. You should go and buy that domain name. Someone just did. You inspired me to make more YouTube content. That's good. Actually, Brad, I was going to send you some stuff and I forgot. I really should try and do that. Actually, I should send it to Jaron as well. For the power director. I completely forgot, dude. Frank's is a well-engineered unit, calculates weld energy needed instead of just timing. Can spot weld a fuse to bus bar. Oh, that's interesting. Wayne, that is very interesting if it can actually do it to the copper. But then again, we're not using proper bus bar. We're not using, I don't think it'd actually be able to solder to the wire that we use, the twisted wire, would you? The second rack isn't far from sliding into the first one. It is a long way because you haven't got your spot welder back. Thanks for a reply. Yeah, I love the large packs. I'm just getting into the whole reclaimed batteries idea. Hope to have a Powerwall soon. It's a long process. It's not quick, but I think it's very rewarding once you get through to it. Get it all done and get it working. I'm the guy that has a 4S50p setup that's on your cover photo at the moment. Oh, okay. I don't think you're the cover photo at the moment. I think I changed it to Rowan's picture. I try and change that twice a day. Remember, if it's a cover picture, I need the damn thing in landscape, not portrait. Everyone puts it in portrait. Link showing as invalid. Why is the... Can someone go to Facebook and share the live feed? Because it's showing as invalid for some reason. And my share link, I don't know what's not working. I would probably have to... I don't even know. I'm just... Oh, there we go. View on watch page. No, why is it saying live?
I'm Rob Rawson, and I'm the CEO and founder of Time Doctor. Time Doctor is software that helps you to understand exactly what your staff are doing when you're not there in the same.
Close that down again. We don't want to listen to the ads on my own video. Has anybody got any requests? Does anybody want to see anything or do anything? I don't even know how long I'm going to do this live feed for. My whole family's in bed asleep. That is the sole reason I come out here, and I checked my phone and I had good upload speed, so that's why I'm here. Tech for you. Okay, I have recording to do and a shop to start building today. Okay, Tech for you. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Better get more soon, as they're talking about cancelling the SCG rebate scheme, which drops the price here in Oz a lot. That just means the second-hand ones will go up as well, I reckon. 48 people watching now, only 16 likes on the streams. Come on, guys, you know what to do. You're not the Keen Labs. That's the one I was looking at. The Keen Labs one. I'm sure that's the spot weld. Oh no, was it K-Weld? Was it K-Weld was the one I was looking at? Yeah, keenlab.de. This one. And I like the scooter too. That looks sexy. I'm sorry, that's a great photograph. That's enough for me to buy a product right there. That just looks good. Well thought out, looks good, and I think he's got a fairly complete product too. Like when you buy it, you just get everything. That is, if there was one I was going to buy, that would be the one I was going to buy. The K-Weld copy. And I should be able to link it. There we go. That's the what. Hit the thumbs down. Oh, you get out of here, Mason. Good morning from the US East Coast. Welcome, sir. 6AWG, not Triz. Loud noises. Where's the loud noises? They can't be from here. Jay's stream has dog sex. That makes it interesting. And demonetized. Actually, I haven't had any problems with monetization. I had one of the YouTube people reach out to me and had a chat to me, and taught me some very good stuff. And after that, no more demonetization. It was great. Thank you very much for whoever reached out to me and had a chat and told me some really cool shit that, I'm sorry it didn't work, but thanks for telling me. Just a curious random, Zed. How do you get a name Zed? I think it's just a nickname on YouTube. Welds my fuses to 6AWG wire bus bars. Now that is good information. Thank you very much, mate. I might have to put that on the list of things to buy rather than the Sunco unit, I think, if that's the case. What time is it over there? It is 10 o'clock in the evening. Father's Day tomorrow. Don't know what I'm getting. Hopefully it's chocolate cake or something. Like I need more chocolate. Fredo the Frog. Hey Pete, do you have any fusing concerns, safety issues with the 5 spot welded cells in parallel than just the one fuse? Yes, I do. But yes, I don't. Does that make any sense? Take this one for example. Cell 5, very sexy, very well used so far. It's probably had, I'd say 200 cycles on it. And I did a lot of Bitcoin mining and stuff on it when I was up here. I'd charge it up. I used the MPT7210A, which I haven't done a review on yet. I got for review from Banggood. That's probably because I think it sucks. I went with this before. That cell there, dead shorted. Well, it's got all pussy goopy shit on it and went crazy. But it would completely drain this cell in about 2 weeks. From what was I doing this one to? I was 4.1 volts to like 0 or whatever it was when I checked it. And I'd keep having to put the opus on it and bump it up until I saw the cell, and I cut the fuse wire. The fuse wire wasn't blowing, which is quite interesting. I don't know why it wasn't blowing. Actually, I think the fuse is blowing in my multimeter. I'm fairly sure the fuse is broken in my multimeter, but I should be able to do that. Yeah, the fuse is blowing in my multimeter, so I can't check the amps going into that cell. But going back to it, it didn't blow the fuse. So the fuse isn't going to help in that particular situation anyway. But I think if it's going to dump all this energy in that cell, it's going to have all of this power coming along the bus bar and then going into that one cell anyway. Now, if that one fuse isn't breaking, I guess, look, it's less safety, but I think it may actually be more safe, especially if you're soldering packs. I think it'll be more safe doing it that way, and it'll be very easy to see a blown fuse. Maybe not use such a big fuse that Mike used, but much smaller fuse would be better. But who knows? The whole thing with our community is somebody has to try it, and I like the idea, and I think it's neat, it's fast, and it's cost effective. Although nickel's not that cheap, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I think I'm happy with it. I think I'm okay with it for now. We might change our mind down the path, but let's face it, if somebody burns something up, they put it on the Facebook group or they put it on the forum, and we all learn together. And I think that's overwhelmingly the more important part than just saying, no, that's unsafe, I'm not doing it. If we know the risks, and someone's willing to take them in a safe, controlled environment, which I will be doing it in, we just got to try, don't we? So, yeah. Let me know what you think. There you go. Thumbs up for you being a lout. An Aussie lout. What's up, man? Fernando, I saw the charger, so cool. And then now, yeah, Italy. I'm on a budget ATM. Yeah. Which charger? Which charger did you mean, man? This one, the new iCharger. I actually like it, even though it only does like 2 amps discharge without regen, but I like it so far. It hasn't died, more importantly. Nearly 1 p.m. here. Joshua, welcome. I guess I got blocked. How come you got blocked, dude? You're not blocked. You're still here. Later. At YouTube tricks from YouTube stuff, it didn't work. It's not that it didn't work. It didn't pertain to my situation. Does that make sense? Better than Fredo's 5A here in Vegas. How many kilowatt hours are you planning to go? Well, if I double the size of the packs, I can only do it in the power shed. So that'll take me to 50 kilowatt hours. 50 was always my magic number. I just don't have space. If I ever went the shipping container, I was hoping to do 60 kilowatt hours because that would have given me 30 down one wall and 30 down the other. But if I can double the pack size and go to 160 rather than 80, I think I'm open to 120 kilowatt hours of storage. Of course, that would probably take forever to actually complete. And I only have one opus. I only have one tester. So I do not have this huge testing station. I only have one opus to test cells. So I just test cells with that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I just roll on along down the road and see what I can get to. 5 a.m. How many kilowatt Banggood higher? Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, some of the Banggood stuff is pretty average, but I have got some really good gear from them that I would recommend. And I guess that clamp meter, the multimeter, a lot of the tools that I've got have been good. It's just the charges and discharges. I had this horrible thing of someone saying, "Oh, it'll do 30 amp discharge." I go, well, fine. How long will it do 30 amp discharge for, and try and do it for 30 hours solid? And of course, that causes problems that probably weren't in the manufacturer's plans. But to my mind, if you put 1,000, if it can do 1,000 amps on the box, it should be able to do 1,000 amps. And if it can't, it's a shit product, or it's a shit box, but it's a shit company for lying. So that's how I'm going to call it, especially after those Vanon batteries that I got that were so friggin' shit, and they lied to me. I can't even tell you how pissed off I was at that whole situation. I thought that was horrendously unfair on me. They lied to me, and I lied to everybody else. So that did not make me feel good. So it changed the way I did things, and I pretty much said I'm not doing any more reviews. But I really needed another charger. So I had to suck it up. I have also asked them for a 3D printer as well, but you know, they keep saying that they're going to send it and just say it's on back order and whatever else, and that's months and months at a time. So, oi Pete, the fuse in parallel or series in the multimeter? I have no idea. Just don't even go there, brother. I can hear the condescending tone in your typing. Yet 2,627 milliamp hour cells in the oil. Is it? Oh, there's 2,631. So you're close. And 2,549 is the other one. I don't know how you saw that. Can make a solar charger iPhone case. I will buy from you. You work with batteries? No, I'm not making and selling any batteries, brother. I think that would be a liability nightmare. None of that. Yeah, this is like 10 years old. This is my go-to one, but my Banggood one I keep down in my battery shed because I still actually manually check all of my cells once a week. Shh, don't tell anybody. Just because I think you should never trust the equipment that you've got. And that is more from my standpoint. If I had something bad go wrong with my Powerwall, it would be bad for the community, period. So I do everything in my power Now, don't get me wrong, I love my bedroom. I love it. I love it. It's on everywhere. It's my TV screen. Come on, TV screen, populate. Populate. Go. Do it. Now. Come on. It's not going to do it. But that's my static load in my house. 8.3 amps. So about 500 watts is my static load. There we go. I charged 8 kilowatt hours, and I used 7 since I last charged. So they're going all right. They're fairly well balanced too, considering we're just coming now into some weather where I'm actually, I think 4 days ago was the first time I even got to balance the batteries in a day without forcing them up. So the batteries haven't really properly balanced for a long time. And the 7 cells on the right I actually had in here for a month doing tests, so they haven't rebalanced with the other 7 cells of that series pack, parallel pack, whatever. So, and we've had some really good sunny days. I think we had our first 30 kilowatt hour day the other day. I think I might have, yeah, just topped 30 kilowatt hours, which was awesome. The days are getting warmer. The nights are warmer. If I could ever get this to run, I will type my password in. Hopefully you didn't see that. There we go. Minimize. I love TeamViewer. So that is my that's my production and stuff. So we did 27.2 kilowatt hours today. That's the 30th. I've got a day missing. Do I have a day missing there somewhere? It doesn't matter. So we had a lot of cloud and a dust storm and stuff today, so it was pretty horrible. But all the other days in the last couple of days have been awesome. So this is, of course, this is my grid-tied system. It's not my off-grid side. I don't have a fancy chart like this for the off-grid side. It's getting a bit of cloud cover coming backwards and forwards. And then you have a day that it poured down rain all day. No, it's not that day. When was that day? Well, it's like a saw blade. There we go. There's some rain. Rain and cloud cover all day. But that was a few days ago, on the 26th. But I used $10 worth of electricity from the grid on that day, which is 40 kilowatt hours I used from the grid on that day. Crazy stuff. So that's, yeah, that's just the watch power and then Batrium. So that's enough of that. Go back to my ugly mug. Transition. I didn't forget this time. Phone tiny pack for all fuses. It happens I had the same fuse issue for my tiny pack for all time. There we go. You can solar power banks. Look for one of those. G'day. How the trolling motor go? Better than an AGM. You know what, Tony? I still haven't even put it into the boat. I have got it here. I'm testing it here for another video. But the closest I could do to testing it was a rubbish bin and a piece of board and strapping it to that. I hope to finish that video tomorrow once that part of the video finishes. So I haven't, and it's been too cold. I don't like the cold, so I'm not getting in the water. I'd like to take it down to the Gold Coast, which is about an hour's drive from here. Throw it in the water and actually run it around, run it around until the battery dies, basically, and see how it goes. I'm not sure that actually load testing it in a bucket full of water is going to be a proper test. So I'm still going. I'm still planning on doing that second video, and because that video's got like 170,000 views or something, I really should follow it up. Should I order R&E? So should I order some spot welder PCBs? I don't know. I don't know which way I'm going to go, Aaron. My view stats are dead. Well, are they just not working at all? Oh, we got Daniel. We've got Daniel from DIY Tech and Repairs. Does some great content. If you haven't gone to Daniel's channel, head on over. Pete, you need to do 120k beat Daniel. What do you mean 120k to beat Daniel? I'm lost. What's 100? Oh, the 100. Oh, the run. I hope you're not talking about the run. I don't do sweat. If that's what you're talking about. I'm only running one Opus 2. I should buy some more Opus. I really should. Thanks, man. Fun. What's that? IOMs. Not that bad idea. Anyway, I saw you drop the red Sanyos. But are there any cells that you don't play nice together? I love to have all matching cells in parallel, but availability is issue. That is not such a bad thought, Hesh Rose. In a perfect world, you could put all the same cells in, but it really doesn't matter. I think I worked out 0.3 of an amp is my highest load that I can, or maybe 0.4 of an amp now, with like 8,000 watts drawing from my batteries. So there is so little draw. You can put 1,000 milliamp hour with a 3,000 milliamp hour capacity, and they're just going to balance each other out. And you can, as long as they're the same chemistry, I think you're golden. Well, that's what I've done anyway. And I personally haven't seen a fault with anything that I've done. I've even put 4.35 volt cells with, unknowingly, I didn't do it deliberately, with 4.2 volt cells, and I haven't noticed any difference whatsoever. So you've got to do what's best for you. But putting them all the same would definitely be better. Those shit heap antimatter chargers, yes. Those antimatter chargers, One Up the Sleeve Customs, myself, and Average Joe all had exactly the same thing happen to them. So don't buy the antimatter. And in fact, I've taken all my affiliate links out, I think, from the antimatter, and I've certainly put do not buy recommendations on all those videos. Parallel universe, I pissed myself laughing. I couldn't help myself. Check all once a month manually, but I do trust my headways. Headways are awesome. But when I say don't trust your equipment, that goes down to multimeters and stuff as well. Because I've had times where the cables actually go on a multimeter, and it gives you different readings. Pete, chat, what do you think of using batteries from EV cars instead of 18650s? I think it's a friggin' brilliant idea. It's a lot less testing, it's a lot less assembly. It's in some areas of the world it's a lot more accessible. Certainly in the latter part of all these projects, because everyone's doing DIY Powerwalls now with 18650s, so it is getting harder for some parts in the world to get more cells. And that's what secondlifestorage.com is about. The forum is about using these cells, it is about stopping them from going to landfill. And I think there's something like, in the next 12 months, they expect another 1 million cars, another million electric vehicles to be sold and on the road. So moving forward, they are going to be a huge resource for our community to actually build Powerwalls of all descriptions. I mean, we call them Powerwalls, but of course they're just off-grid storage. I mean, that's what they've been for many, many decades, I guess. But moving forward, they are going to be a critical part. I think it will come to a stage where we're starting to let in the DIY Powerwalls for Facebook group, we're starting to let the other chemistries sort of slip in slowly, because I do think that's where we're heading. But I think it's great. I mean, if I could get my hands on some leaf cells, I would be all over that in a second. I'd put some leaf mons on there and get it up and running. I'd probably run it in parallel with my pack down there. As you all know, I started with lead acid, and my lead acid batteries come from old floor scrubbers and forklifts. So you know, I've been down that track, that sort of track as well. I mean, you know, still an electric vehicle, but yeah. Anyway, digress. Let's answer some more questions. Island Times. Weather in Brizzy was odd today. Wanted to spray my, but it was windy. What's 928? Is that a Porsche? 928? Windy and dusty in Brisbane today. We had a big dust storm. If you were an animal, what animal do you think you'd be and why? What the hell is this, Jeopardy? I would probably be a rabbit. Because I like... Is that even a good answer? I don't know. Humans are animals. Good call. Good call. I've installed a few of them TL5000 inverters, Pete. Yeah, they are good inverters. I like them, and mine's been going for... How long has mine been going for? If anybody needs to use my TeamViewer, can you tell me to get out, please? You know who you are. I have a full paid account for TeamViewer. I didn't even go cheap. How long have I had my TL5000 for? Yeah, there we go. No, total. So I have had it since midway through 2013. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So about 5 full years. 6 calendar years, 5 full years of use. And it has been going awesome. And if you want to see some results for an inverter that is that old, look at that for consistency. The first year is a little bit better, well, the second year, 2014, for yield, but every second day I got up there and cleaned the panels, and I was stupid, and I got a hose up there and watered them, and they were like roses, and I just looked after them. And now they just sit on the roof, and I don't give a shit. Probably wash them twice a year. So I like the TL5000 as well. It has been good to me, and I can't wait until I get the other toys and add it to it. Homo sapiens, well said. 40 kilowatt hours. I got my house down to below 30 kilowatt hours a day on LifePay 4. I could never do that. And you got to remember, well, like the other day when we used 40 kilowatt hours, it was a school holiday. Like someone just dropped a skid up the street. It was like the kids were home from school, so we do a bit of cooking, we do a bit of baking. I do enjoy getting, like, you know, making cake mixes and stuff with my 6-year-old, and my 13-year-old certainly loves eating it. And I like cooking meals and stuff like that on the weekends. So we also do all the washing and drying and all that sort of stuff on the weekends. So, and that's when that was. So the power on the weekend is always humongous. We have a lot on the front panel. It's all with Wi-Fi and Android app. Yes, they do. If I was going to get a new TL, I'd get the TL5000 US, so I'd have the power plug on it, 1.5 kilowatt, just in case. But of course, I probably won't need that for the next 10 years because it's a good inverter. Joshua, do you recommend me starting a YouTube channel about my 18650 packs? You can if you want. But I wouldn't do it to make money. The environment is so saturated now, it's very hard to make money. But documenting your problems and your successes is a good thing for the community. Or just put it on the forum and build your own log on the forum as well. A lot of people are starting to build extremely, like 20, 30 pages of build logs on the forum, which is huge. And I think the forum's getting, at the moment, about 700,000 page views a month. So there's a big audience there as well. And, you know, the more content on it, the bigger it gets, and the more search engine views it gets, and it just keeps growing. So that's also a good thing. And I do make a little bit of money from it too. That is to be put out there. One for Steve-O. What do you do with the cells what do you do with solders that solder well? Just solder them up. What do you mean by that, Steve-O? It's probably sort of down the page a bit, but I don't know what you mean by that. Pete, no, you need 120 for Daniel's Powerwall, but then Daniel will just buy more. Daniel will go crazy. Daniel DIY Tech and Repairs, if anybody doesn't know. I think he's got a lot more in the background that he could crank up a little bit. Read faster. I talk less. I can read fast enough. I just talk too much. We appreciate you read the chat though. Yes, that is one thing that I noticed. A lot of YouTubers that do live feeds, they skip over so much stuff in the chat. I guess I only have like 30 people in my chats, so it's easier for me to keep up. But a lot of people just skip over everything, and people tend to feel neglected. So I really try hard not to do that. God, yes, I've had a lot of battery meter lead bracing. There we go. The multimeter leads. Yes. Station 420 EV taking up in Australia is shithouse, so it's hard to get batteries from them. And the wreckers and stuff like that think they're gold plated. That's the worst part. I think the local wreckers think those batteries are worth 30 times more than they are. Porsche, yes. Hey, oh, that was a good guess, if nothing else. Sounds rich, but I'm restoring it to sell it. That is always a good thing to do. I cook on gas and don't cook the wheat on it. Need to know basis, not to know. Well, nobody knows now. Was a joke, by the way. It sounds like now you're backstepping. Aussie off-grid prepper. I doubt we will ever get any EV car batteries here in Australia to buy and transport. Insurance rates are too high. I heard for EV battery. Yeah, I'm going to actually go down and see my local recycler. There's a big recycler down the road. I fix their computers, so I think I might be in a good position to actually have a good chat to them. I haven't in the past because I don't like abusing business relationships, but I do all their computers and stuff and all their networks, so I might go down there and ask the question one day. I should make friends with, some of the staff so I can get some whispering in the ear, but I only talk to help the IT guys out down there. Well, there's one IT guy and he's not an IT guy, he's just someone who works there and knows a little bit. So I do the stuff he can't. There's about an hour behind in his chat user. Yeah, that's about typical. But he has huge viewership and he has lots of people wanting a piece of his cake. So I understand that. I have a lot of cells, but I can't solder. Any ideas why? 1, soldering iron. 2, flux. 3, soldering iron. I went through a few soldering irons and they just wouldn't solder. I got a really good 80-watt one and nothing. And then I got a heap of 40-watt ones and they worked brilliantly. The trick is the tip has to be a big tip so it has some heat to it. I don't clean any of my cells. I've never cleaned any of my cells. But I do use solder. I use plumber's solder. Now, I don't know if that's the proper thing to use, but that's what I've always used. And I get it from the local hardware store in the, what do you call it, section? In the plumbing section. So consolidated alloy, resin cord solar. Grade SN50, PB50, diameter 3.2 millimeters. Type 35, weight 250 grams, and I think it's 50-50. Yeah, it'll be 50-50, so it's 50% lead and 50% something else, I don't know. But that's the solder that I use. And keep it clean until you use it. If you do, I keep a lot of solder on hand. Probably won't be using it anymore. But yeah. Yeah, leave solder like that, it goes all gummy, and if you get some steel wool to it before you use it, it works a lot better. But soldering, I guess it's heat and cleanliness are the two things that you need. And out of interest, that's the soldering flux that I use that I keep not putting the lid on, and it works really well. I don't know where I actually got that, but it works well. Where are we up to? I think I'm building, what are EV cars are useless? How long? EV cars are useless in, okay, there. I'm building a Powerwall of reused cells, so BioSquirrel, I should really, how long can I expect the cells to survive if doing decent sorting? Well, it depends on, there's too many factors, dude. What's your load? Are you going to be raping them every day? Like you're going to charge them to 4.2 and then you're going to drop them all the way to 2.5 volts? Are you going to cycle them completely every single day? I only cycle my cells probably a third or less, or much less than a third a day. I've gotten 2.5 years out of mine so far, or two years and 4 months or something out of my cells so far. I really think I have lost some capacity, but I don't know if that's in my head or not, or actual fact, I guess you'd say. I have no way of really testing. What I am in the process of doing, and I have done 5 cells with that iCharger that died, and they're in between 150 and 175 amp hours for the 4 packs that I've tested so far. So there's some good capacity in there, but what I'm planning on doing is getting my very first pack. I'll capacity test it again with this one, which means I've got to start the whole video again. And then what I'll do is hopefully that pack is still running again in 12 months. And then I can capacity test, like do a proper test, like the whole thing. Because obviously I don't want to pull the cells apart because they don't test again very well once they've got solder on them. I have tried that in the past, it doesn't work. But if I can test the whole pack, I think that'll be a very good test. How much capacity that I've lost? I don't think I've lost that much. But I just don't know. It just feels like I don't get as long out of my batteries. But I have got, my situation's changed as well because I've got a second inverter now. And my two inverters use 2.5 kilowatt hours a day just to turn them on. So they use, I think it's 2.5 kilowatt hours. It's a lot. It's 60 watts or something as an idle load. I'm not sure what that is actually. Might be 1.5. I'm not going to math. But, so that might be the only reason I think there's less. But I think as a community we can work that out somehow, and we will know. At the end of the day, we're still giving them a second life and they're not going to the landfill. And we're all learning something. So, I've been browsing for EV batteries on eBay. There's a lot there. I should check with a local car salvage. Where, Maslam, where do you live though? In the States, there's heaps of them. In Brisbane, or in Australia, there's almost nothing. Only New South Wales and Queensland use tons of coal. The rest of the country has moved out of the dark ages. I have to agree with that. Going rate in Oz for a wrecked Model S, 85 kilowatt hours, 30k. That's insane. Is that just for the battery or the whole car? A lot of laptop batteries are being converted into different format. Auto recyclers are jacking their prices up. Yes, and they're jacking the prices up because of communities like ours, because people are using them to run their houses and stuff, and they're seeing that there's a market there for them, so the value is more. If the value was putting them into a car, the value's not there yet. I mean, it might be there in 10 years' time when there's heaps more cars out there that need those older batteries, but, you know, at the moment they're not. Aussie, I'm having difficulty getting XP2, so would like to try an EV car module instead and get the boss to ship it for me. Bugger, he can pay for it too. Good luck with that. I don't use grid power now. Not with 4 kilowatt hours per day or something. Nuclear, yeah, wait 10 years for construction, red tape, training stuff. It's a waste of time. Yeah, I don't think nuclear is the way of the future. I don't think it is at all, with the waste and the cost of transporting the waste. what, Australia takes it to France or something to get rid of the nuclear waste? I don't get it. I mean, how big is Australia? You know, you take all that money that they spend taking it over there and go into the desert and start digging a hole and just put it there. I mean, that's what they did nuclear tests and stuff anyway. I guess there's an Artesian basin out there or something, so probably not a good idea. Just saying nuclear as we hold the world's uranium. It can't be clean, however. I love my headways. If nuclear is properly funded and doesn't have delays, it's very much worth it. Those two things often kill it. Those two things kill everything. Uranium is all we have. None of this industry required to build, operation, maintain a nuclear reactor. Screw the world, and my car runs on veggie oil. Do you have any idea what average age your cells were when you started your packs? I have no idea, and I don't think too many of us do. I think the last lot of cells that I got, all these pink ones, are all new old stock, so I don't think they'll be cycled at all. I haven't checked date codes or anything like that because it's all irrelevant. Back when I first started doing this, like 2-3 years ago, whenever I started, who knows. The first lot of cells I got from one of my friends were all brilliant. By like 22 plus 100 milliamp hours. That was tested with the IMAX. The second lot that I got like 500 kilos or something from a local recycler. And it seems like they'd cherry-picked all the good cells and left me with all the duds. So I checked 500 kilos of batteries, and I don't think I got a handful of cells over 2100 milliamp hours. And in fact, most of them were like 1400 or 1500 milliamp hours, so that was a big waste. But I know for a fact that they were sitting in a warehouse for a long, long time. So I don't know how old they were, but I mean, I know some of the packs I pulled apart, I twisted them, and they literally just fell apart. The metal, the plastic casing was just so deteriorated that, you know, the quality of the cells were never going to be any good anyway. So I really, no, I don't, to answer the question, no, I don't know how old they were. I don't know what life they had first. Pete, I'm in the States. Oh, there we go. I jumped up a bit. Oklahoma, love your work. Island times up to 6 kilowatt LifePo 4 and a roof full of solar. Awesome. Sharon, I think I jumped around a little bit. Did I jump around or did I miss a heap? Average age cells. Oh, there we go. Finally got 4 banks of 48 volt and went all night without grid backup. 2 weeks I lost 1 by 12 volt out of the bank, and now I'll leave the inverter to shut down at 47 volt and start it back up at sunrise. Yeah, that'll work. Ice pipe. LFTR for the win. I don't know what that means. Red current Aussie. Whole wreck. Oh, that's a whole wreck car for plus 30k. And that's if they didn't put it to auction, and some people paid even more for it. I am lost. What's headway? Headways are like a blue cell, and they're like got screws at either end. Just Google headway cells. From the States, Oklahoma, love your work. Chris DIYer. Yeah, Chris DIYer. Let's just talk about you for a second. I watched you before I watched myself. I've always subscribed to your channel. And why can't I click on your name on here? And then, oh, because you're not a mod. I always watched your channel back when you were crimping and lugs and how your system's growing from a carport to, or from a pergola to one side of your yard to the other side of your yard to charge controllers and batteries and new batteries. I watched you for a long time, brother. Not so much in the late because I've got so many channels I've got to keep up with, but yes. Back when, who was it? I forgot his name. Just in case. Actually had a good channel and wasn't a bitchy, whinging little bitch. Can I say that on YouTube? I think I can. up to 6 kilowatt life by 4. Jaron, that's nuts. We need the battery pack anyway. You just need the battery pack anyway. No, I think in Australia they'd rather sell the whole car, especially if it's a Tesla. We sell nuclear energy, so we should buy it back. For Teslas, the batteries are mostly still under warranty, so batteries are worthless at one point. That's pretty much right. Don't forget to drink with the label facing the camera. Why is that on sponsorship deals? Hey, Coke, hit me up. Actually, no, I wouldn't want to be sponsored by Coke. I don't want to drink more. My wife would kill me. From a research reactor to France for reprocessing. Ah, so they're reprocessing it, not just burying it. Well, why can't we have a research reactor here that deals with the reprocessing? DTIC30, how is your inverter going, and is there any niggles or concerns? It doesn't matter what people say about those PIP inverters, I've never had a fault. And as you all know, I've had 4 of them now, and all 4 are still going. Obviously the 2 I have and the 2 I don't have. No, I had 5. No, I've had 4. And the PCM60X charge controller. There's no niggly concerns other than the static power draw, but that is a cheap inverter. And I have 8,000 watts of power, so I cannot complain. And I'm trying to buy 2 more PIP inverters with faulty motherboards so I can try and fix them. Or get new motherboards and get them up and running again. Not so I can run them, just so I can. Australia doesn't have a nuclear plant, just for research only and medical. Well, there you go. I didn't know that, but now I do. Mark Phillips, love the antique trolling motor, by the way. Antique? It's not antique, is it? It's a water snake. It's like 2 months old. My brother bought it just so I could do videos. And I haven't done videos. Sorry, bro. Chris, yep, thanks. There we go, Chris. Island Times, how many kilowatts? Solar, Ice Pipe 2, talking nuclear. Is liquid fuel vector and another source of nuclear. There we go. I learnt something new. It may be the power of the future. Nastif, message retracted. Why did you retract your message for, dude? I can't even reinstate it anymore. Had watched a quick reactor startup, kind of freaky. I haven't seen that yet. And I don't believe it. I've actually caught up with the chat. So this is where I say, hey, where are you from? Just so I can get some more chats up and we can get the conversation happening again. But I don't even know how many people in the room. 44. I'm losing people. They're dropping off. They're not even saying goodbye. See you later, people. We got 4 new subscribers when we've been doing this live feed. How good is that? People using that can be done. Holy crap, looks like I missed a lot last night. Mike just said, Mike, I'm live, Mike, I'm live. Mike Nacco just said that he can, on the forum, if you submit your cells into the cell database, he can add it to your profile, which will be cool. So that will be good. Thank you, Mike. What else have I got? That's spam and lots of other stuff I've missed. Holy shitballs. I got like 20 messages on Facebook. Just because I'm here. Your humidity kills MPP solar inverters. Wouldn't anything electronics would get killed by humidity. I'm very dry here, so I don't have that problem. But also my power shed is also very warm always, and the fans come on and off based on the Batrium's temperature. So when the temperature gets too hot, it obviously turns the fans on, so hopefully it's never too humid in there, and if it is humid, it's very hot, so it dries out. Yeah, lots of security with Sydney reactor for obvious reasons. I reckon that would be pretty important. Jeffrey is from the UK. Ice Pipe is from Cairns. Hello from a Queenslander. Oklahoma, USA. Peter, should plant all the waste in Queensland as it's a shit place. You're an arsehole. Thank you very much, Pete. Sitting on a plane in Vegas waiting for a takeoff. Dude, it's never going to take off while you're sitting on the internet. Do you have... I've never been on a plane with the internet. POQ. I think I said the same thing. Of course, I didn't mean it. It was only a jest. You know, this is the interwebs where you can say anything. I couldn't chat on iPad, so I had to start the PC up to chat. Thank you for taking the time to do that, man. Hello from the USA at Wayne. Good luck. Wayne. Where are you off to in the play? Where are you going to, Wayne? Where are you heading to? You coming to Brisbane? I'm still trying to work out a way that I can do some sort of open day, or maybe just get some locals around here for a chat and a live feed. Maybe a few drinks or something. We can all just sit around the camera and have a live feed together. I think that'd be neat, but I don't know how it would work for security since I've got a whole heap of customers shit laying around everywhere. You missed my private message, Pete. Where did you private message me? Because I haven't had a chance to see anything for the last 1 hour and 35 minutes. Hello, John's touchpad. Say hi to John for us. You missed my private message. MPPT. I noticed some go into PWM mode when it gets warm or just shuts off. Again, never seen mine go off. Never seen mine shut off. I've run mine. The other day, my wife run my inverter for over an hour and a half at 7,000 watts, and it didn't shut down, which I think it was a very cold day, and I couldn't believe it. I almost lost the plot when I saw what she was running off of it. But I haven't had a problem with it yet. I like this stuff. I always have. It's cheap. It's in my price range, and it works. The MPPT solar stuff I've pulled to bits has protective gel on the PCB. You would hope it would. Georgia, that's the state, not the country. Well, I thought you were going to say not the name. Wayne, who I have played wowing plane in the air. What's wowing? What's wowing? Is that World of Warcraft? Back home to Alaska. Geez, you're going from warm to cold, that's for sure. Hey Cody, hello from Helsinki. I think I said that right. Welcome, sir. Wet and windy in Adelaide, typical spring weather. It's so nice here. It is so nice. First day of spring here in Australia, and the weather is awesome. It is like 10:30 in the evening. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I'm in t-shirt and shorts. Beautiful weather. Then again, I do have mining rigs around me, and it may be a little bit warm. Daniel Pye, hey mate, in Brisbane, and would love an open day to cheer your ear off. It's probably the opposite way around because I talk altogether too much and dominate the conversation. But let's have a competition about that, Daniel. If it ever happens, it will be like, that's okay, Peter, a joke. I know it was, Peter, it's all good. Oh, we all knew it was a joke. Daniel, I will make it very clear, if I can ever do it, how, like, I'll give like a month's notice or something, and probably put a limit of, say, 10 people. I mean, if we can get a bunch of people here, a bit of a live feed, I might even drink alcohol, which would be really funny, and just have a blast. I can show you around, you can ask questions. Hell, I'll have a heap of batteries here, and I'll get to put you to work. Yeah, we're gonna call you all. What do they call it? Interns. Yeah, you have to work for it. We have replaced many MPP solar inverter fans and main boards because they just dry out of warranty. Yeah, I have 4 spare inverter fans here, and I know the fans die. And I think with my PIP 2424HS, I replaced the fans after 18 months before I sold it. But that's still running. But he only runs like a 60-watt fridge, which means it's only on for probably, you know, it probably uses 2 kilowatt hours a day or something from the inverter. And I don't know what the other one runs, but that's in Melbourne. And that's a PIP 2424 MSX, so that was the MPPT version. And that went to a fellow YouTuber down south. And I believe that's still running as well. The fans, like any computer, fans are something you should do maintenance on anyway. Conformal coating on PCB boards, that is the correct word. World of Warcraft, I was right, get in. Tony Bundy, another Queenslander, welcome. Wow, World of Warcraft, I've got that. We're so moved on from there. What's the current max current you've drawn? Max current, saying amps, DC. It's a lot. It's like 200. I don't know. I didn't look. I just saw the log files and just saw 7,000 watts for a long time. It did go down to 5,000 watts intermittently, but it was more 7,000 than 5,000 for that whole time. But I think the most I've ever seen is 175 amps. No, it was 195 amps is the most I've seen out of the battery. And 175 amps was the most I've ever seen into the battery. Charging. 175 amps charging. So that was both PIP inverters turned to 60 amps charging. And then all my solar as well on top of that. Cranking it. I think it got to 6,000. Was that 6,000 watts? I think 175 amps is 6,000 watts. So it was about 200 amps. No. Anyway, it must have been about 200 amps is the most come out of the batteries. Morning in Oklahoma. Beautiful morning. Daniel Pete, intern, no worries. That'd be great. I'll even bring beers. I don't drink beer. I've never drunk beer. I'm one of these girls. I've actually got long hair, lipstick, and makeup on because I drink, like, you know, vodka and orange and Kahlua and milk. What can I say? I'm not a very good drunk. I'm serious. I'm the sort of... Okay, so if you can imagine, there are two types of drunks. There's happy, chatty drunks. That's me. And there's angry, you know, want to punch up drunk. That's not me. But I'm also the sort of drunk that gets naked and runs down the mall in the middle of the city when he's drunk. Now, I'm not going to say that's actually been done, but it's been done. And it's not a good look. So we won't be doing that. We won't be getting that drunk. But I'm a cheap drunk. You could take me on a date and one drink would get me by face. I guarantee you. Mike, you finally found one. Caught one. That's probably because I just told you. Wayne, taking off. Thank you very much for sitting around and chatting for 2 hours or hour and 38 minutes. See you, Wayne. Safe flying. It really does mean you're off, doesn't it? Mike Smith, Indianapolis, still here, just drinking coffee, and Joe has some new fuse video coming out on the 1.8 ohm resistors. Oh, there we go. Conrad, I haven't even watched Average Joe's last video yet. His Batrium one. Does that make me a bad person? I think that makes me a bad person. Anyway, I will probably watch it after this one. I'm lying in bed trying to go to sleep. Conrad Fuller, hi Pete, how can I stop copper bus bars from getting tarnished and corroded? They look a lot better when new. Dude, I am with you, brother. I am absolutely with you. But unless you actually varnish it, which I really clear coat. I was going to get back in the day. I was going to get automotive clear coat and actually spray paint the bus bars to stop them from varnishing. And in fact, I used to before I did a video, I used to get steel wool and polish the bus bars when I had the recycled bus bars out of the transformers. I really used to do that. I even got steel wool on all the blue cells. I used to scrub them all clean. It's terrible, but I don't think you can stop from tarnishing. There might be some. I mean, you can get that. Yeah, it's not going to look good. Doesn't matter what you do. I don't think. Some sort of conformal coating, but then it won't look sexy. Copper, get it soldered through conformal coating spray when on new tarnish. Copper, get a copper through conformal coating spray on when new. I didn't even know that was a thing, D-Tech. I will have a look into it. Actually, no, it doesn't even matter now, but it would be cool to know that back in the day. Tony, somebody said the other day, I mean, they said, oh, you teach us so much from all your videos. And I felt very humbled when they said that. But I honestly think these days it's more, I learn from you guys. The community has grown so much that the ideas and the churning of everything. And I reckon, I genuinely think, I don't have any new ideas these days. It's all trying to rehash ideas from other people. So that was an interesting conversation I had the other day with somebody. Anyway, I digress. That wasn't even a question from the community. Is it worth getting off-peak tariff to charge the batteries? Too inefficient. I think, again, somebody asked that on the Facebook group, DIY Powerwalls on Facebook. I think... Do I have something that goes to the Facebook group? I don't know. I probably do have a URL somewhere that goes to the Facebook group, but I can't remember which one it is. HBPowerwall.com goes to YouTube. Is it DIYPowerwall.com? DIYPowerwalls.com? Anyway, I think one went to Facebook. Yeah, someone else had that same question in the UK. They have 8p on the night tariff, and I think it was 14p on the day tariff. And I reckon by the time you consider charge, store, and then discharge, the inefficiencies with those three processes, combined with wear and tear on your inverters, it's probably not even worth trying to load shift unless you've got like 2 cents per at night time, like for 3 hours during the middle of the night, and 20 or 30 cents during the day. I don't think it's even worth load shifting. But I guess that's all about where you are with price-wise and what you're willing to accept. We have had to install air filters on the MPP solars, save off humidity going into PCB boards. Oh, that's interesting. And you're up in North Queensland, aren't you? Bowen. That's interesting. I haven't heard of anybody doing that down this way. Kahlua and milk for the win. I love Kahlua and milk. It just slides down so simply. So Pete, you're saying bring our cameras. Kahlua and milk is my wife would probably come out and you'll love Joe's video. I like all of Joe's videos. Joe has a certain style that I wish I could emulate, but you can't emulate other people's YouTube videos. You have to be yourself. And I continue to be myself. I do one video every few months. I call it, and this is what YouTube said, they do a hero video. So that one video that you put a lot of effort in, and the rest I don't put a lot of effort into because I never have. So I always try and be me. Stay true. Homestead Solar and Power Projects. Morning, Pete. Enjoying the live feed. Will it be? I will be adding another 5 kilowatt to my vending machine Powerwall soon. Finally, put my cell count on the forum. Awesome, dude. That vending machine Powerwall on Facebook is awesome, dude. That is a great idea. Given that those machines are designed to keep people out, obviously. I'm not too sure about the glass. Is it glass or perspex on the front? If something ever went bang, I think a heavy piece of perspex would be better than glass. But the layout, the way it looks, the amount of photos, the effort you've put in. Good work, brother. That is really good work. Actually, have you got any of that on YouTube? Because you really should. I think that's so good, buddy. I'm going to put you as a moderator here. If you want to link your project on here so people watching it can go and have a look on Facebook or your YouTube channel. People can click on that anyway. But I think that's brilliant. I really think what you've done is neat. It's certainly something different too, which is what we need. Silicon spray might do it. Vale, all out, long time no see. How's your schoolwork going, buddy? At least you're not late for school. I mean, you're never late for school. You're always up late, so you would be late for school. Average Joe's video is beyond anything I can imagine. When he said he would do something, I thought 1 or 2 minutes, not the epic movie he did. Well, is all I can say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and actually watch it now that Jaron said it. Yeah, made a live stream. Always gone midnight when you start a stream in the morning in Australia. Sorry, Peter. Off-grid Aussie presser. Sorry, they are putting off-peak rate here because people are charging the batteries with them. I think here in Australia, I think you can. They've actually introduced $1 a day for a special meter just to charge your electric car. I don't know who that was. I think they offered $1 a day to charge your car, and I'll tell you what, that'd be pretty good to charge your blooming, just charge your battery with it. But I'm not sure if that's 24/7 or that's off peak, or they can turn that meter on and off. I'm not sure how that works. Jaron, good job with the delivery. Skippy. I like the kangaroo most, yes. Tony, there is farmers pump tariff that's ridiculously cheap. I think the farmers deserve that, if I should be honest. Probably shouldn't be abusing that. Great video advice. I also learnt that meters don't lie when showing folks power outputs, volts, etc. That's a really, really good thing. Meters don't lie. That's when I try and do everything, I try and be open and honest. Even about, people ask me about money and all that sort of stuff, I don't give a shit, I just tell them. But power output and all that sort of stuff, I love screen captures and whatever else, so nobody can debate it. At Aussie Group, Prepper RIP, the obligatory Coke burp. The second one. It's getting too humid in Queensland, killing the MPC solar inverters, so more than anywhere else. Replace the inverter, we spray lacquer on the boards when we get them in. That's a good idea. JCar server sold PCB lacquer, $11. There you go, Pete. That's all right, but I don't think I need it, unless for the bus bars and stuff like that. And I do think for the cells that might help, because I do have one pack down there that seems to be rusting. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe it might make it a little bit more electrically safe as well. Where do we go? Screw Aircon, and they can have their BS. Vending machine Powerwall was a brilliant idea. Yes, Jaron, I absolutely agree. There's 2 free charges in town at the waterfront, but how long will they be free? Yeah, I still was debating. I was going to use my Amazon money to actually buy a car charger so people could charge up here, but I couldn't work out a way of justifying somebody charging up a 50 kilowatt hour car and costing me $10 each time they do it. I just don't know how I could justify that. I mean, it'd be good during the day when the solar was cranking, but I don't have that much available solar. I think all car chargers, I think any car charger put in Australia for free at the moment will not be free in 5 years' time. They will all be getting us to use them and to rely on them and then charging for them. Like, they'll be like a service station giving away free fuel or cheap fuel just so you go back there the next time. I've used clear nail polish on PCBs, a bit more resilient to acid things like blown caps. That's a clever idea. I mean, I don't think I'd ever do it, but I get why you would do it. Now, if only we can get a Batrim vending machine. Watch 1.6. That'll be like a Batrim vending machine. It'll be all in one. I can't. Just as a side note, I can't wait till we see those. They will be awesome. So, who think we should petition Jaron to send me a test unit, and then we get cell 5? Oh, no, yeah, cell 5. We hook up the faulty battery that's going to draw down the pack. Put it into service again, and see if the Watch 1.6 can. Or is it Watch 1.5 or Watch 1.6 is the one that transfers data around, transfers energy around, and see if this baby can hold up to it. I think that'd be fun. Correct, Pete. If only get the vending machines correct, Pete. Just like a drug dealer, they get you hooked, and then you're their slave. I think the drug dealer is a good analogy. Guys, listen, it's almost 2 hours, and my throat is actually getting sore from talking. I know that, oh, well, I don't actually know. I'm looking, there's 50 people in the room. I might actually say, look, I'll give it 10 more minutes. If I run out of questions, I might bail and go inside and go to sleep. If the chat keeps continuing, I will stay for a little bit longer. Who's chatting to me? eBay test auction. Used to sell on eBay. Nope, I don't think that's to do with this chat. Okay, I've got so many screens open here I have to have a look at. Well, now BP has contract with charging station in the UK. Yeah, I heard about that. I wonder how that's going to work. I wonder if that's just going to be like a credit card and you just prepay it or something. They must get a really good deal from the power company and only like pay 5 cents per kilowatt hour or something. I can see all the BP service stations and all the service stations in Australia. I reckon they all should. I can really see them getting a shipping container, filling it full of used like Secondlife storage cells, Tesla batteries or Nissan Leaf batteries or whatever. Get thousands of them, just filling up these shipping containers full of batteries and then using that to charge the electric cars in future. I really think that is the way of the future. Massive shipping container power banks and all the awnings being all solar panels. Mike Smith, great live show. I've got to go. Forgot about the time and late for work. Thanks, Pete. I can get a note from the boss for you while I'm late. Yeah, sure. It'll be like, no, I can't give you a note. Darren Williamson, yep, prepper, true. What else we got? Bailout, no school, didn't work out for me. So I'm in trade school studying electronics engineering and furniture making. That's interesting. School didn't work out for you. School didn't work out for me either. I hated school, every freaking minute of it. I failed absolutely every single subject from year 6 to year 10 or 11 or whatever I got to before I said, nah, no more. I didn't do anything. And then when I moved out, I realised that I screwed up. I really should have learnt some more stuff. Maybe I would have been able to math and even spell on occasion. Lucky these computers have fangled things called spell checkers. They don't have math checkers though. Hey Google, get a math checker out there. I guess that's Siri. You just ask Siri and it tells you. Yup, Darren and Oi. Slow transition to the new tech. No, they're covering their ass and the oil companies don't want to lose money. Shush, please, don't give them an idea. Tropical varnish. Electrotube, TRV. Oh, there we go. Hey, I'm all caught up. Because you were easily distracted. Hey, look, boobs! Said everybody for all of time. from others. No, it wasn't. I wasn't distracted by others in class. I just sat there and I was in my own little world, thinking about building a cubby house when I got home, or going and swimming in the creek. That's all I thought about, was leaving school. That occupied my entire brain. TAFE SA is in chaos. I can't do it. I can't do IT. What's ITC? Stop using short words I don't know the acronym for, unless I get a job. ITC. What's that? Bazookas. Someone tell me what ICTC is. Distracted. Oh, shiny. That's the one, Darren. Shiny things get me distracted. This battery has done 59.75 amp hours discharge, and it's been going. It doesn't have a timer to tell me how long it's been going for. Internal temperature is 60 degrees. That's probably too warm. But oh well, tested to destruction. Boom. ITC computing stuff. Oh, there we go. So why can't you do that unless you get a job? I don't understand. Trust nuggets. Peter Turner. Always distracted by shiny things. A polished 18650 cell with this all nakedness. I should have a competition on Facebook. Who can draw the coolest little man on a 18650 cell? I think that's going to be a good competition. System admin, networking, that sort of thing. Oh, there we go. Bowerbird. Actually, that's going to be a good competition. I'll have to find something in my box I don't want to give away. What can I do? I actually, like, on Facebook group the other day, someone put a photograph the other day of a drawing on a cell, and that was the shiny thing, and I quite like that. Rightio, we're at 2 hours, and I am completely up. One for Steve-O. Bunnings sausages out of 10. Coke Zero, by the way, yuck. Bunnings sausages, I think they're a 10 because they're almost always not for Bunnings to make money, but for a community group. So on that, they get a 10. Coke Zero gets also a 10 because I like Coke Zero. Because the TAFE now has $2 million to pay back to students for giving them credentials that aren't worth anything. Yep, okay, that'll do. 4 out of 10. Come on, you can get more than 4 out of 10 for community spirit, for the Girl Guides. But when you're hungry, you don't care. What about when the kids complain? Oh, I see a McDonald's or whatever, and you have to buy it anyway. Talking about that, I've got to go to Bunnings tomorrow and buy stuff and things so I can dig a hole in the backyard and start doing a retaining wall. Bail out. Good night. Bail out. Good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. And that goes for absolutely everybody else that's tuned in. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed the chat, please feel free to like this, the likey thingy button. I can't even see how many likey thingy things there is. Watch on view page. There's 36 likes.
What's important to you?
And the stupid ad. Coke Zero, is Coke Zero only Australian, is it? I thought that would have been all around the world. Thanks, Pete. Conrad Fuller, thank you very much for tuning in. Bury the bodies, Pete. That's what it is. Tony, see you later. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am going to sign out. Thank you. It's been a really good live feed. It changes because my head's in the right place, and that helps. It really does. Thank you, and I am out. Stop streaming now.